Hello, welcome all of our crochet friends, our crafty friends. Here we are back live. Yay! It's always exciting on a Wednesday. Oh, hold on. We have a comment. Let me come over here already. People are coming in and saying hello. Good morning, Chris. Great to have you here. It's great to have everybody here live with us. And if you're not live, it's okay. We are happy to have you here on the replay and chatting along. You can always put any questions you have in the chat box, either on Facebook or YouTube. We will get them and we will try to answer them. If you're watching the replay, we still see the comments and things, so we will try to respond if there are any questions as quickly as possible. But we're so excited to be here today, and we have some really great special guests to share with you. Hi, Maria. Hi, Christina. Great to see you guys as well. So before we get started, while we just kind of let people jump in here for a minute, I want to remind you that this is the beautiful Sydney cow that we were talking about. Was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? I can't even remember at this point. But this is the beautiful Sydney cow that we are doing a crochet along with Miroslava. It is the Tunisian shawl, so you can work for 6 different weeks in the different patterns using our stroll tonal. We're going to drop a link into the chat so that you can go ahead and you can purchase the pattern. You can get all of the details. And if you've already purchased, you can now sign up for the email notifications to know every time the new section comes out. So you go ahead and you re-download them. So very, very exciting. Okay, so let me see here. Who else is here? Let's see. Oh, where did my chat box go? Here it is. Okay, so hi, Carrie. Great to see you. We have Hal Crochets, Shirley, and Crystal. Yay, we're so excited to have you here. Okay, let's bring in my guest. So we have 2 wonderful guests today. There was supposed to be a third, but we'll cover that in a second. But we have 2 phenomenal guests here that you have seen before. I'm sure you know and love them already. But we have them back for their next big crochet along event coming up. And so they're going to share with us. So let me bring them in. So first here we have Hannah from Hand Jan Crochet.
Hiya.
Hello. And we also have Michelle from MJ's Off the Hook. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
It is great to have you. We should say that Briana from Briana K Designs is also part of this little group here going on.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Briana lives in Florida, and if you know from the States, they are experiencing a major, major hurricane. And so she is staying safe and keeping her family safe, and the internet is not really great. So we said, you know what? You do your family, we'll take care of the rest. And if there's any questions, she can always jump in. So we are here for her. So if you have any happy thoughts, you can send her and her family's way to keep them safe during this time. Yeah, I can't even imagine all the wind and rain that they're getting right now. So yes, but right now they're safe. So that's what is the most important. So, okay. You guys were on not too long ago with your last crochet along, and now you're back again. And this time you're changing it up and you went with a Brava Tweed theme, and we were absolutely thrilled. We've loved Brava Tweed, and we hope everybody else is loving it and using it. And so this is such a great way to share with everybody what you guys are doing and to get to share Brava Tweed once again. So do you guys want to tell us what projects you're making this time around?
Well, yeah, we're wearing them, aren't we? We're doing cardigans. Yeah. And the Brava Tweed was just like such an easy choice. So I think it was you, Michelle, wasn't it? That like just literally sent a screenshot of these are the colours.
Yep.
That's it. We have it chosen. Normally we go back and forth choosing colours, don't we? But we didn't have to do that. We literally just used all of the colours.
All of the colors. We use them all in this collection. They're beautiful.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning colours.
We should say there are 6 colors in this collection. Let me see if I can really like hold all 6 of them at once. But there's 6 colors. We just put the link in there. They're beautiful colors. I'm going the crooked way. We've got neutrals. We've got the nice bright or the pops of color with the pink, the blue, and the gold. It really is phenomenal. And it is the Brava that everybody knows and loves. It just now has the neps in it to get the tweed. It's the same yardage. It's the same construction. It's everything the same that you love, but now it has the tweed to it, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. Like, you guys did an awesome, awesome job.
It's so soft too. It's so soft. It's cozy. Yeah, it's great. It comes out really, really good for a garment.
We love it. We are going to drop a link in here. So if you are interested in joining the crochet along, you can go ahead and you can purchase everything that we're going to be talking about and everything else. But so you can go ahead and you can purchase it. We're going to throw that link up there. So why don't you tell us the name of the crochet along this time and when it kind of like officially starts?
Okay,
So-
I'll jump in. Okay, yeah, so it's the Creative Cardigan Collection. We named it the Creative Cardigan Collection because we just feel we've been very creative with our constructions with these cardigans. We've used 3 different construction techniques. So from each designer, you will get a different construction. So we're doing flat, which is the one that I'm wearing. So all in one piece flat. Hannah's doing from the side across and Briana's doing from the top down. So yeah, it's a really cool creative. So yeah, we named it the Creative Cardigan Collection. And what was your next question, Katelyn, you wanted me to answer?
When does it start?
Oh, it starts October. So the crochet along starts October 3rd. So we've released the collection now, so people are able to purchase, but we will start the crochet along as of October 3rd.
Awesome. We should say if you're going to purchase your yarn and everything, I'm assuming this takes up a lot of yarn. So you can also use the My Value Pack code, which we can put in the chat as well. So that if you're buying 10 or more balls of yarn, you get a nice little discount there. So you'd be able to grab the yarn you need for this collection. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, quite a lot of mine do, because we've all done duster length, haven't we? And hip length, and quite a few of the sizes in mine take at least 10. So yeah, that's a really good shout.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so that's what we've also done with this collection, which is really cool. So each designer, we've taken our patterns, but we've given you all kinds of options. So I'm wearing the crop version right now, but as you can see behind me, I have the long version that has a belt and pockets. You can add buttons, you can not add buttons. You can customize these cardigans to however you want. Like, so you could do a hip length, so you could take it not as long and do the hip length. You could leave the sleeves off, and Hannah's modeled hers is beautiful, like as more of a vest style. So we've given you all kinds of different options. So depending on your body shape, the style that you would like, you get that all in the pattern.
Yeah, I love the one that Hannah did. That's the vest. That looks so beautiful too, without the sleeves. It's great.
In the gold, it's gorgeous. Like in that gold color, it's gorgeous for fall.
Yeah.
And because mine's side to side, it's got some sleeve shaping as well. So it sits really nicely as a vest and doesn't like come over the side of your arm. So it works really well for that. And Briana's has got the option for a hood.
Yes.
And also like a really cute ribbon fastening running down the front as well. And we've done child sizes as well. So you can make these from baby through to 5XL adult. So we figured out, it like really made our brains hurt, but there's over 600 options.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, so if we manage to get someone to make cover all of those options, that would be amazing.
That is crazy, but that is so awesome. And I think that is one of the great things about crochet is because you're making it for yourself. You can tailor it to the things that you like, the way your body fits, what you like. I mean, I'll be real honest. I am not a cropped person. If I wear something cropped, I'm like always pulling it down. Like I like a hip width length or longer. So I love that there's the option, because there's people that look really, really great in a cropped version, and that's what they should be wearing. You know, wear what looks good on your body. So I love it so much. Oh, Christina just said I already bought it. It's like a choose your own adventure set of patterns. I love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're talking about these different sizes. You went from different sizes from baby all the way up to the 5X. So it truly is size inclusive, and you can really pick whatever you want. You've got the different options of the cropped, the duster, the in-between. There's belts, there's buttons, there's all kinds of different options that you can do. And so you can really make it your own. And even like they were saying, Briana's has an optional hood to it if you want it. So all of these options that you can kind of do. So every pattern though is using the Brava Tweed, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Perfect. And why don't you tell us a little bit about, so if they go over to the link that we put in there to go and purchase it, what are they going to get when they purchase this pattern right now? And is there like a time window of getting any kind of bonus or like a sale or anything else going on? Let us know all about those details.
Yeah, so shall I go, Michelle?
Yeah, you go, Hannah.
So basically we are doing two different, like we do with all of our crochet alongs, two different options. So you can choose to purchase, and purchasing the patterns means you get all of the patterns plus a PDF pack with information about the crochet along and stuff. And that's discounted. So if you were to purchase all 3 of the patterns in our stores, they would be much more expensive than they are when we put them together. And then you also get the option of buying the children's sizes, basically like less than half price. So we've tried to make it, you know, a really good bargain for people to buy. And you also, up until the end of the crochet along, so the 26th of October, get a $10 store voucher for all of our stores. So you get $30 in vouchers as well. But if you don't want to stretch to that or can't stretch to that, then from Monday the 3rd, when the cowl starts, we're going to put the adult crop versions for free on our blogs. So if you're happy to look on our blogs, which are supported by ads, then there will be a crop version for the adult sizes that you can access if you're not able to purchase the patterns together.
That is wonderful. That's such a great option for people. And let's just take one quick minute to make sure everybody is in the know about how that works with free patterns, because some people just still don't know how this works. But designers, when they put out free patterns on their blogs, they're making revenue off of the ads. So they need you to go to their blog to be able to see the pattern. And it's a really great option for you because you can get it. Yes, there's ads on the page that you kind of have to read around, but it means you get the pattern and you're not purchasing the PDF. So you kind of have your 2 choices with what you want to do, either purchase the PDF without an ad or go to the blog for the free version. And it's only free because of the ads. So that's kind of how that all works. And yeah, it's totally worth it, guys. I mean, these designers are just absolutely phenomenal. They put so much time and effort into it. Are there videos for this? I know most of you do videos. So are they included with this as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's more than 3 hours of video tutorial for each.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. And that's another great way to support these designers, because when you go to YouTube, there's ads on YouTube and they can make revenue. And guys, let's just remember that this is not like millions of dollars that they're making off of these revenues from ads. These are small amounts, but they do add up. So please support them by watching their videos and going to their blog. That's really where they're able to make the most money, especially if you're not purchasing the PDF from them. So, okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I just want to make sure people are supporting the designers, because if we don't support them, they can't keep designing for us. It's not going to be able to support their families, and then they won't be here anymore. So anyway, going back, let's get back to the crochet. Sorry, guys. Oh, I have to say hello. My mom is here. She just posted in the chat. She learned how to watch the YouTube live. So now she's here. So hi, Mom.
Hi, Katelyn's mom. Hi, Katelyn's mom.
Okay. So if they're buying the pattern, they can get it for a discount right now. They're going to get all of the sizes. And so is there a special like Facebook group or anything else like that they're participating in, or kind of how's that community aspect working this time around?
We are hosting all of the crochet alongs in our community groups, again, just like last time. So you can go to my community group, Hannah's or Briana's, post in whatever one you want. It's fine. Be active in all of them. That's fine too. But that's where we will be having most of the lives. We'll probably be posting the lives everywhere, but the lives will be there. So you can ask questions from each of the designers, post your pictures. We have amazing communities. They're so amazing. Like if we're not on there helping you right away, somebody will be helping you through whatever issues you're having with a pattern.
Awesome. We love that. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let's say there's a beginner who is deciding to join in, just like Shelly did, who said, and done, got it all because I love everything you guys make. We do too. But so if there's a beginner, what do you suggest as kind of their combination to make it a great first garment? Or do you kind of just say, hey, you've got all of the support, you pick what you like and we're here to help you? What are you giving suggestions for those beginners?
I would say that. I would say pick anything. And the thing is, we kind of also pitch this for beginners as well, because we've chosen really simple stitches. There's nothing difficult about the stitches that we're doing. The constructions are actually really quite straightforward, and we're going to do the videos. We're going to step you through it. Like, I don't know about you, Michelle, but I think like literally anyone could do these, and we can do it they can do it with us. We will get you there.
Yeah, we specifically chose simple stitches. We wanted them to be beginner friendly patterns. The one piece or almost one piece constructions, I find beginners really like because it's limited seaming. Like mine were just seaming the arm and the side. So there's very little seaming. Basically, if you can make a blanket, you can do this. You can do this. So mine's extended single crochet stitch with single crochet ribbing. Hannah's what step is yours?
Extended half double crochet and single crochet.
Yep. And Briana's is herringbone half double, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's great. You really have the options to be able to try out some different stitches. And remember, if you guys are going over and purchasing the full package, you're getting all 3 of the patterns. Well, I should say all 3 of the bases plus all the combinations that go with it, but you're getting all 3 of them. So you really can pick and choose what you want to make. So Joy said she is definitely a beginner on garments. Please join Joy. This is a great way to learn. There's these phenomenal designers, phenomenal teachers that are able to help you along the way. I can speak from experience from all 3 of their videos that I have learned so much from their videos, especially, you know, in general and on their garments. If there's ever a problem that I'm like, oh, I just don't quite understand, you can go and check out their video tutorials of stitches and about specific patterns, and they really are there to help you and help you grow as a maker. So that is a 100% value add bonus that you can't even put a price on because it's kind of always there for you to go back and reference all of the different stitches. So that's so fun. Okay, so let's ask this question. Joy, who said she was the beginner on garments, said that she struggles with making gauge, so she always gives up on garments. Let's talk a minute or two just about some suggestions on, you know, what kind of gauge is and how to kind of adjust it. Because we all know that when you read, well, I shouldn't say make an assumption, but we should know that when you read a pattern, it tells you the gauge information, and it'll say so many stitches and so many rows over X number of inches in whatever stitch pattern. But if you make your swatch with the hook that's called for and it doesn't match, what are they supposed to do?
Well, the easiest thing, the most logical thing is to try a different hook size, because you've picked your yarn, so you can change your yarn, but it makes much more sense to change your hook size. And I always get confused, even doing what I do, as to which way do I go up, do I go down to make it tighter, to make it looser. Go either way, and it will then stick with you. Make 3 swatches, and then know and look at how many stitches you have in your space and if you've then met the gauge. And just really think as well about being consistent in your gauge swatches. The other thing I would say is make sure that they're big enough, because if you do a teeny 4-inch square, that's not going to be representative of what your whole garment's going to be. So they would be my tips. I don't know if anyone has any others.
Well, also the yarn, like picking the right yarn to start with, because I get a lot, like I'll maybe make a fingering weight sweater and people will want to use worsted weight yarn for that pattern. That's a big difference. So if I've used a number 1 and you want to go to a number 4, your swatch is going to be way off. That's not, so making sure you're choosing the right weight yarn is also really important. And if you, let's say you are like, okay, no, I want to use this yarn anyways, then you need to expect that your sweater is either going to come out smaller or that it's going to come out larger based on that yarn. So you could maybe, okay, maybe I'll make the extra small size, or I'll make a larger size to kind of offset that. That's some tips that I usually give people who want to completely change the weight yarn. But if you want to get the closest, you want to pick a similar, obviously if you use the exact yarn, you're going to be closer, but even a similar weight yarn is going to help that come out. But yes, what Hannah said, changing your hook size. And even sometimes I find people think, well, I've changed 1 or 2 hook sizes. I can't get this. But even if you need to change more than that, because sometimes we really do crochet really differently, and you may need to change your hook by 3 sizes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how differently we can all crochet. And, the gauge is there not to say like you have to crochet the same way I do. It's to say, this is what I got. So if you want your garment and your fabric to look like mine, you need to try to match this. And, I think when Briana was on last, we were talking that I was working on a project and I couldn't get gauge. I was struggling and struggling. I actually had to go down in my yarn weight to be able to match what the designer was able to get for her gauge. And then it was perfect and it is working out great, but you've got to play with those types of things. We should also say about blocking, because blocking is a big deal when it comes to garments, but we're using an acrylic yarn this time with the Brava Tweed. So what suggestions do you have for blocking your swatch and your final garment?
So blocking. So what shall I say? What I did?
Yeah.
I barely blocked my swatch because, like you said, because it's acrylic, it hardly needs any blocking, and even my garment didn't need very much blocking at all. So I would say certainly for my design, it really, don't worry too much about doing any kind of fierce blocking, because then that'll really change the type of the fabric, and acrylic doesn't like it very much, does it? So just go gently with it. Go gently.
Yeah. That was the same with mine. It did not change a whole lot with the blocking. I just love the blocking for the finishing. Like it's like it's like that pressed look. Like it just, so I like to soak mine, wet block it, and just lay it out, pin it to measurements, let it fully dry. But the gauge on this one is not going to change a lot. Maybe just slightly. It might just be slightly, like your garment's slightly bigger than that swatch, but not a lot.
Right. And just a reminder, like we said, it's not going to change a lot this time, but just for in general, when you do a swatch, you want to care for that swatch the same way you're going to care for your garment. So you can see, because wet blocking versus steam blocking versus just spray blocking are all going to have a different effect on your finished fabric. So you always want to do the same thing. And let's just call out that it is acrylic. So if you're going to steam block something, you've got to be very careful, because you can melt the acrylic. So
it makes my heart. One of my poor testers did that. She melted.
Oh, no.
She finished the whole thing and she melted her collar. She was so upset.
I would be very upset too.
Careful.
You
Yes.
have to be careful.
There's a comment from Teresa here saying, bought the pattern. I will deal with my hubby about this later. I love that. That is so great.
So I know I'm just going to touch on gauge just one more time too, because I know depending on how sometimes you will get, so you'll get your stitches will be bang on, but your heights are off. You can kind of tweak that. I know we don't always like to change how we crochet, but depending, like if you pull a little bit more on your hook, you can get a little bit more height. Some people are really tight tuggers and they have those short little stitches. So you can kind of adjust, like when you're yarning over that height of you can adjust the height of your stitches. It is a little bit tricky. You have to play with it, but that is easy to do. Now, again, with the garment, you're going to want to make sure your stitches are more accurate than necessarily, not that your rows are still important, but that stitches is going to give you like your width of how it's going to fit, to make sure that it fits. Your rows are going to be more the length of your cardigan. So if you're like, oh, it's okay, mine could be a little bit longer, my sleeves could be a little bit bigger, then the rows aren't going to be as finicky as you want your stitches to be.
Right. And we just had that comment from Mandy and Catherine, both saying that a lot of times they can get stitches, but rows are a little bit higher. And like you said, yes, you can change the kind of way you pull up a stitch or whatever else. I always run into a problem when I try to do that, because then I forget what I'm doing if I put the project down. Yeah. So usually it's better for me personally to get the stitches so I can have my width of the pattern, and then I can always add length into the body if I need it, or wherever. Right. I might
add the extra rows if you need them. That's easier. That's easier to do.
Mine's work side to side, so it's the opposite. So we need the rows to be, but there is a section in mine. So there's a section, once we've done this shaping in the body, you basically just repeat the same amount of rows. So if you really, really can't match it or would like it to be slimmer or wider, then you can just add or take away a couple of rows. And that will sort, but obviously I'm not meant to say that, but that would work.
Yes, so you have to look at your pattern and see which way it goes, because a traditional crochet pattern, it's going to be your stitches that are most important, but there are a lot of patterns that work the opposite way. So then you're looking at your row height. So yes. Oh, Briana is here commenting. She said, "Hey ladies, so bummed I can't join you today. Always love chatting about our awesome collection." So yay, we're glad you're safe and you're here, but we miss you. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lee said, I make a lot of clothing, patience, and lots of trying different hook sizes and sometimes yarn size. It eventually will be the right combination. And so, yeah, you just got to you kind of have to think of swatching as its own little project to get started. I'll be honest, I always start swatching my next project when I'm getting close to the end of the one I'm working on, so that I don't have that kind of wait time to pick up the next project. So we put the link in again. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, it's a process as well, isn't it? Because like if you had seen the first garment, it doesn't exist anymore because I unraveled it, that I ever made, it was horrendous. I didn't know what gauge was. I had absolutely no idea, and it was massive. But I learned so much from making that I undid it and I started again, and you figure it out. And like that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you every resource that we possibly can to help you get to making great fitting garments.
Yes. And I just wanted to say we did throw that link back in there so you can go ahead and you can grab the collection. We got a comment here from Christina. "I've always been intimidated, but really wanted to make a cardigan. I'm so happy to come across this." Christina, we're so happy too. You are in great hands here with these teachers. You're going to love it. Let's see. Yeah, and people are just kind of talking about how they add rows to make sure that their garment fits the way that they want. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and throw them in before we wrap it up here. Is there anything else that we need to know about this crochet along? We talked about the yarn. We have the link where to get it. We talked about it starts on the 3rd. Anything else?
I think that's it. We're trying to keep it simple. We're trying to keep it straightforward, aren't we?
Yeah.
Perfect. And so, yeah, just go ahead and grab that link. You can go ahead and purchase the patterns and you will be all ready. I can't believe that's next week already. I mean, the time is flying by. We're in October. I should say before we go that Briana is our featured designer this month. And Michelle is going to be our featured designer next month. So we are so excited. Hannah is coming. We're not ignoring Hannah. She's just a different yarn. So she's coming. But yeah, we just want to make sure, give you a little insight that we have all these phenomenal designers that we are highlighting over the next month. If you haven't seen already, we are doing a We Collaborate section where we're highlighting a great designer every month and a different product. So we hope you'll join that out and check out what we've got going on. I know Michelle has some great patterns that are coming out in October and things like that. So
October is just crazy for me. I feel like everything's coming out in October. October is an awesome month.
It really is. We're finally getting into the fall weather where we can actually wear the garments that we're making and everything. So it's always a great time of year.
Yeah, it's beautiful. October is probably one of my favorite months. It's so beautiful. I just love it. I love the leaves. We have Thanksgiving in October in Canada. So I love it.
Oh, that's great. That's coming up soon. So, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. It was great. I'm so excited to share this. I hope everybody goes and grabs the pattern now while they have a chance and joins in starting on Monday. Again, if you don't have Brava Tweed, it's okay. Go for a worsted weight yarn. Start out there. Maybe you have regular Brava Speckle, maybe even Brava Stripes. But you can go ahead and you can get started. Just check your gauge like we were just talking about. And if you have the tweed, you won't be disappointed. Go ahead and check out all of their Instagrams and Facebooks. You'll see a ton of pictures of what the garments look like. And they are just so beautiful. I love them all. I don't know which one I would pick or the color. It's also beautiful. I think I have to make all three.
Do it.
Well, thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Everybody else, we will see you next week. And so have a wonderful week. Until then, we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.